Good morning, true crime friends. How you doing? Listen, we are talking about Miss Monica Sementilli, and I'm still getting caught up on a little bit of the background of this case, right? And so periodically and from time to time, as like over the last day or so, I run into additional information and I am clutching my pearls. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna talk about Miss Monica. I'm gonna give you a little bit of background and then I'm gonna tell you what happened in court yesterday. But first, you know what you need to do. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. That helps other people find us. Also, catch me on social media, Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, even on X. Anyway, Monica Sementilli. Roll your mind back to like yesterday when we talked about her. She's accused of the unfortunate unaliving of her husband. But because she's a lady, she keeps her pinkies out. She wasn't out here doing the wet work. She got her boyfriend, some dude she met down to the LA Fitness. He was like the racquetball teacher or whatever. And she was like, "Hey, Mr. Racquetball teacher, how you doing? Listen, look how cute and hot I am. I'm here at the gym all the time. Would you like to go off and spend some alone adult time with me?" And he was like, "Why, yes, evil trollop, I would." I mean, I'm not quoting. That's the spirit of what he said. Robert Baker was her boyfriend, right? And they had a year-long affair. And she was like, "I hatched an evil plan. Yes, my husband is a really wonderful and famous hairdresser, and there's a lot of life insurance. So me and you, we should all just, get together with this life insurance. But the only way for us to have an intimate relationship with the life insurance is for us to take my husband off this mortal coil." And the boyfriend was like, "Okay, that sounds like a plan. Now listen, I was not there when it all went down, but I feel like this is how it all happened, right?" And then yesterday I was watching what's the show? 48 Hours, right? 48 Hours did a whole episode about this case and they filled us in on some facts of which I had not been aware. Y'all. Okay, first of all, during Monica's affair with Robert Baker, the dude who did the wet work, I'm like, okay, have your affair. That's tacky and rude and highly, highly immoral. But if you're going to have an affair, okay, I don't want to know nothing about it. They took a lot of like unclothed pictures. And I was like, oh, okay. Please tell me that they kept them private and nobody saw them. No, the police have seen all of them. The pictures are so racy, they can't show them in court. And I was like, oh, to blush. And then also when they were going through Monica's phone and Robert's phone, they were like, "Oh, we have run across some additional information. Mr. Robert Baker, the unfortunate unaliver, is a whole bunch of words you can't say here on Facebook. So I hope you can get the spirit of what I'm trying to say. He was an ex-offender. He was out here doing nasty things to ladies against their will. In one case, with an underage person. Also, he did unclothed movies as a profession. Yeah, I guess he was a professional with the equipment and he knew what he was doing since he had been an actor in that particular genre of film. Okay, not my business. And then when they were going through Monica's phone, the police, they found a picture of her in Las Vegas in a hotel room with no clothes on in a bathrobe and she's all turned backwards, taking a mirror selfie. And on the mirror, she has written Mrs. Baker. Ma'am. Mm-mm. You have plotted to take your beloved husband off this mortal coil to be with this. Are you serious? Okay. She has terrible taste in men. And then when they had a new surveillance system installed at the house, she was like, "Oh, I got the little manual here for this surveillance system. This is great. Let me just forward this on over to my boyfriend so then he can know how to work it too." Why does your boyfriend need to know how to work the surveillance system at your house where you live with your husband and your children? Trollop. Anyway, so on the day in question, the day of the crime, the boyfriend broke into the house. Well, he didn't have to break into the house. He went around back. He knew how to avoid like the cameras or whatever. And he and a friend impaled Mr. Fabio over and over and over, which is terrible. The only thing that would be more terrible is if Monica watched. Y'all, according to police data, she had the surveillance up on her cell phone. Now she could not see the actual crime going down, but she could see the unalivers go onto the property, spend a little time there, and then leave the property. She was watching a live stream of it on her phone while she was in Target. The way I broke out when I heard that this all happened in a Target, not the sacred Target, the beloved Target. She has defiled the name of Target. Now, listen, did she defile her husband? Absolutely. She defiled him by cheating on him. She defiled him by having this man, unfortunately, unalive her husband. Why you got to bring Target into your madness? Target is innocent in all of this. All the way I love a Target. You get your little cart. You can get you some of them Starbucks egg white bites, or maybe even the grilled cheese sandwich. Get yourself a nice flat white with a splash of sugar-free vanilla syrup, always sugar-free, because you don't need all that extra sugar. And if it doesn't have sugar in it, that counts as your water intake. And also, I walk around Target eating my egg white bites, high protein, and drinking my water. And by water, I mean a flat white or like a latte or something with that sugar-free vanilla. That is heaven. She has defiled. She need to be convicted right now on the strength of leave Target out of it. And then when she got home from Target, she was like, "Oh, this is terrible. Something has happened to my husband. Where is all the money?" And so her husband is taking off this mortal coil. She watches it from the sanctity of a Target. Shame, the shame. I might never get over the Target portion of this. Please hold. So she's over there defiling the Target. And then she gets her daughter, as soon as the unalivers leave, her daughter comes home a minute later and finds her father. Terrible. That's a scene you never, never, never get over. And so Monica, the daughter is upset. The mom comes home and she's upset. They're like, "Oh my goodness, oh my goodness." But immediately Monica started asking everybody about money and talking about money. She went into the office and had already pulled up a spreadsheet of all the money. Ma'am, that's not how this is supposed to go down. And so they called Luigi, Fabio's son, and they were like, "Oh my goodness, you have to come." And of course, his father has passed away. Young Luigi was living up in Canada. He was in grad school studying philosophy. What can you do with a graduate degree in philosophy? You just go sit around and think about things real hard? Okay, Socrates, what you doing? I don't understand. But anyway, he was just like, I was doing in my graduate degree for philosophy, philosophizing about what a trash bag my stepmama was. And so he said, I was very upset. And within an hour of my father's phone call, my stepsister called me, or half sister, whatever, his sister, basically, Monica's daughter, Deborah, called. I was like, "Oh my goodness, Lou, this is terrible. How are we gonna, Daddy is gone. Yes, he slipped the surly bonds of this earth. He's over at the endless heaven buffet. How are we gonna pay for things?" Within an hour. Man, how greedy you are. Maybe you can like mourn first and run the numbers later. Crazy. So Luigi gets on a plane. He's understandably upset. He flies down to California where the family is living, right? And he's just like, "Oh my goodness, this is terrible. My father is gone. Whatever are we going to do?" And Monica's like, "Oh my goodness, give me a hug. Look, here's the Rolex watch your dad was wearing. When he was taking off this mortal coil. Here, you can have it. It's an $8,000 watch." Ma'am, he just walked in the house. He literally just walked in the house. Now, I know an hour after he found out his father had passed, you were on the phone talk about money, which is super tacky and shows where your thoughts and your feelings were. You had no compassion for this boy. You had no compassion for his children. You had no compassion for the Target, defiling Target. I will never get over it. Anyway, so she said, "Come in, Luigi, come up. I need to talk to you. I want to show you a spreadsheet. I've already run the numbers of who's getting what kind of money." Now, Luigi was from the first marriage, right? And so he was like, what's her name? Monica was like, based on the strength of your mama was the first wife, your daddy had set up a life insurance policy, and you're about to come into a whole lot of money. You're going to get a big inheritance. Now, you see over here in this column, I'm going to get some money, and our kids together are going to get some money, but you're going to get the most money. And so, my daughter and I decided that you should help us out with money. And I was like, wait. Now I'm watching this testimony on the stand, and I'm like, let me run this back to make sure I am fully understanding this. Very, very, very soon after, this young man, this delightful Canadian, has found out that his father has slipped the surly bonds of this earth and is over at the Endless Heaven buffet. I mean, he was a hairstylist. Maybe he was at the Endless Heaven blowout bar. I don't know. Do they in heaven? Anyway, asking for myself. So, he was just like, wait, my father has passed. You've shown me the complete spreadsheet. And now my stepsister is on the phone, like, listen, you're getting more money than my mom. And so I already told mom that you were gonna help her out with paying bills and stuff. It is a very valid concern to wonder, how am I going to pay bills in the face of like a family tragedy, whether it's a fire or a car accident, you lose your job, whatever it is, right? It's a major thing. But hopefully, had they even taken the body away yet? Like, was he still laying out there on the patio and she's running numbers? Ma'am, she had already said to her daughter, now listen, Daddy is gone. We're real super sad about it. But you got to call your brother Luigi and just let him know he's gonna have to give us some of his dough because I'm gonna need money. And I'm gonna need money and money and money, 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 money. All she was worried about was the money. Turners are like, yes, she was a greedy trollop and a horrible human being, but that doesn't mean she's an unfortunate unaliver. I mean, she had concerns. And I was like, this the unmitigated gall. He's a philosophy student. He's not a finance major. You think he's good with money? I mean, unclear. I will not besmirch young Luigi. I don't know how he runs his money. But Monica was like, okay, so you're still going to be able to stay in grad school because that's going to be paid for. And how much of your money can you give to me? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I personally think she should be convicted on the strength of she's a greedy trollop and she has besmirched Target because justice for Target. But so I'm like, oh, so we see where her concern was. And Luigi could not have seemed like a nicer human being. He's just like, I'm Canadian and we're super duper nice. And I was worried about my family. I was devastated about my father, but I did have this watch that she gave me as soon as I walked through the door where my father passed away. She's like, here's the Rolex, where's the cash? And she knew to the penny how much money this young man was going to get at the death of his father. And I was like her. Now, maybe they find her not guilty. I doubt it, but maybe they find her not guilty. I don't like this lady. It's very clear to see where her thought and where her energy and where her ideas were all focused on. She wanted that cash. Here's the other thing that has really given me pause in this trial, and that is that Robert Baker, the dude who did the wet work, stayed with Monica after the unfortunate unaliving, right? And almost immediately, oh, they seen all over town together. They're driving in her Porsche together, and they're just like, oh, look at us. I mean, the funeral was 3 seconds ago, but look at us. We just cruising around town and going on vacations. But she was tricking up the money real fast, and the money that she had available to her, she spent very, very quickly. Once the money was gone, so was Robert Baker. And I'm like, wait, um, how is she this tight on cash this fast? Number one, we know she didn't get as much money as she thought she would. Something tells me that a young Luigi was not like, oh, here, evil heifer, take some of my inheritance. He was like, I need to absorb and I need to think about this. So maybe I don't know if you can have some of my cash. But Robert Baker was with this lady when they got arrested, right? It took like a year or something for them to be picked up and arrested, Monica and Robert. And the cops did this thing where they set up like a fake car stop, right? They were like, oh, we think your car might be stolen. Why don't the two of y'all just sit here in the back seat? And while they sat in the back seat, Monica, who clearly is not a true crime fan, was like, says to her boyfriend, somebody must have squealed. Don't say anything. I don't know what they're looking for. And I was like, girl, you should maybe watch a true crime documentary before you go, unfortunately, unaliving people. But you know what? Don't. Stay stupid, scumbag. Anyway, and so she was just like, oh, y'all let me go. Thank you so much. I'm sure there was no recording in this car where I was sitting. And 2 seconds later, boop, boop, boop. Hello, police. do you have any DNA? And can I get a permission slip so that I can go and collect my money on the life insurance? And they're like, hey, girl, hey, we're gonna have to let you know on that. And so she was very, very, very upset because she thought her money was gonna come to her a whole lot faster. You know what makes your money not come to you fast? Unfortunately, unaliving your husband. Because guess what? If he would have just kept working, you probably could have kept messing with that ridiculous boyfriend. In time, you would have got sick of him. Also, you ain't get no itchy scratchies or nothing from him. Because tell me, he's not the kind of man who's just gonna be like, oh, I'm only cheating with you. I'm not cheating with all the other ladies from the racquetball club. I'm only cheating with you. Girl, you're gonna have to go get a shot, a cream, a pill, something. I don't know how that sort of business works, but something tells me his business was probably not that clean. But had she gone over to the disinfectant aisle in the Target, she could have taken care of that. But, she was very, very, very short-sighted. I continue to get caught up on this Monica Sementilli case. I really, really loved Luigi Sementilli, the little stepson. Oh, so sweet. Luigi, I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm sure you are not watching this. You probably shouldn't be watching this, child, because I'm not over here giving the news. I'm just gossiping. You know how folks do. So if you are part of the family of this child or from that community or whatever, maybe look away because I'm not here with the facts. No, that's not where my strengths lie. Child, you are here for gossip, rumor, and innuendo. That's the name of the see right there. Hello, my name is Kathy. Oh, that's me in case you're new here. Gossip, rumor, and innuendo, head gossip. That's me. That's all I'm here for. That's what I'm going to bring you today, tomorrow, and forever. So listen, find me over there on the socials. And we'll be back here tomorrow to talk more about this trash bag and see how we can clear the name of Target because this heifer. Okay. Y'all have a great, safe day. And I will see you soon. Bye.